find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
We got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Footballers, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm a Cadillac.
Hey, and thanks guys for all your support out there. We got more subscribers than we thought we'd have at this point. So right now we're giving away some great gear. We got at 3,500 subscribers. We're going to give away 4 jerseys, 3 Tajay Spears, all signed and authenticated, and 1 Jackson from when he was on the Chargers jersey as well. If we can get to 5,000 subscribers, we're giving away 3 mystery boxes. 3 mystery boxes. We have no idea what's in these boxes.
No idea.
All we know is that 2 of those boxes are signed jerseys, and one of them is a signed football. And we're also giving away a signed Kyrie Williams jersey.
Yep, they're all still sealed from pristine auction.
That's right.
Yep.
So they're not open by us, and you'll receive them enclosed. And whatever you get, we hope you get something really great. Also, our merch store. Check out our merch, guys. The shirts are amazing. The tumblers are great. Hats. I mean, whatever. And I'm gonna tell you, this stuff lasts. We picked it out. We went through all the processes, everything, and we want to make sure you get quality gear. So we're giving away, for every $5 you spend on our merch store, we're giving away a signed Devin White mini speed helmet, authenticated by Beckett. It's for Tampa Bay, and we're giving away 1 signed and authenticated Funko Pop Mandalorian.
Right.
So, hey, all you Tulane fans, New Orleans fans, Tajay Spears, show some love. We appreciate everything. And if you win some of our stuff, you're selected. Hey, send a picture, because we'd love to see what you got, because we don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Send a picture, comment, show it to us.
Hey, just let us know that you appreciate it and like what we sent you.
We got. I was excited last week. We had our first question about fantasy advice. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you all for interacting. We would love more of it. Happy Columbus Day, fellas.
Yeah.
We got a day off, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Doing what we love.
Before we start, the last episode, the last podcast we had, we were picking who would be our top quarterback. Right. Not necessarily the top quarterback, but our top quarterback.
Right.
You picked Lamar.
Yep.
He didn't do it. Not this time. I picked Caleb Williams. I was trying to surprise everybody. He actually did really good.
He did really good.
He did great.
But your guy beat him by just a few yards.
That's Jordan Love.
Yep.
So Caleb Williams, I mean, he if he's figured it out like he looked, I mean, he might be a weekly start.
He's on top of that, he's one of our waiver wire pickup. He's available in 56% of leagues.
Yep.
And the way you're coming on, and they're healthy now, and they're not only throwing to.
So let's go ahead and get into injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries. Okay, well, are y'all ready for this?
Oh man, I don't know. The injuries every week. I don't even know if there's anybody that's really starting anymore.
The NFL, since, I don't know if y'all know this, since the concussion protocol and they got sued and all that other nonsense that happened, the NFL tracks their injuries. It's public, and they go through a third party. That way there's no bias involved. And statistically, the past 2 years, because of 2020, we've had more injuries. The past, it was COVID, which obviously you don't know how many of those injuries were COVID related. Right. Then after that, last year was 213 injuries. 2 years ago, 213 injuries. Last year, 219. And I think they want you to believe that this concussion stuff is under control, which statistically there are less concussions, but the soft tissue injuries are just getting and the quality on the field is not, it's subpar right now compared to what it was in the NFL at certain times. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, defenses are afraid to tackle high.
Yeah, and so we can We can go into some of the main ones. Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
He's hurt.
Man.
Yeah.
He's hurt, and then so everybody thought, let's go get Tank Bigsby. He fumbled, and we never saw him again. At Jacksonville, seems like it's a dumpster fire.
Yep.
And Jordan Mason. Jordan, my boy, who's leading the league in rushing. Now he's
that.
Yep.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, because CMC's not. I don't think
he's not ready yet. They said he started. They said he started practice 2 weeks ago, and they said he's getting closer. But
I mean, I talked to Christian on the phone the other day, and he says, it's going to be at least 2 more weeks.
Hey, if they're so far back, do you even bring him back? Let's say like Seattle takes over that division or something like that. Do you even? I mean, what are you bringing him back for? That's your future.
I mean, if he's your future, you want to protect him as best you can.
You only got so many more years with him.
But without Mason, Garendo came in and ran for 99 yards.
That's the system.
I mean, everybody's a system. Everybody's in a system.
Yeah, and by the that's another waiver wire pickup you got to keep in mind. Chris Olave had 1 catch for negative fantasy yards.
Yep. He got smoked.
Yeah. I made the mistake of playing him.
And he plays Thursday, so you're not going to see him Thursday. The Saints played, 3 games in 10 days or something like that. I wouldn't.
You're not safe playing any of
them. Maybe Kamara off of that. Marvin Harrison Jr. concussion too.
Man,
out
beginning of the game.
Yeah. Speaking of our boy who was trying to give herself away, Tajay Spears, he went out with a hamstring injury, and that only gives you more Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard's weekly start no matter what.
Oh my gosh! And the Titans had a chance, I thought, to get right against the Colts, and they
just blew it.
Yeah,
we'll get into it when we do.
Yeah, get into the game. Dallas Goedert got hurt. One of the most consistent tight end this year.
He was almost the premier for this year, and then now.
Did you saw your boy Jordan Love? We were talking about him early. Dontavius Wicks went out. He still ended up having a good game, but he's missing. Just when you think Green Bay is going to get all their weapons and go up, there's another.
They still find a way to win.
Guess who blew up that game? Christian Watson.
And Jalen Reed had more. He had 6 targets more than everybody else, but they both scored. Convenience, or is he really hurt? Jerome Ford gets hurt. Nick Chubb comes back next week. That's tough.
I don't think Nick Chubb should be carrying the full load right away.
Yeah.
You think Pierre Strong's going to get some of that love?
I think so.
Okay. Yep. And Hayden Hurst. I don't know what you expect to get out of anything. And
no, if you're playing him, you got problems.
Quinn Johnson too. I think he'll be fine now coming up, but that's them. And if you want to go further, I mean, that was that leg injury on Aiden Hutchinson.
Man, that was terrible.
The good news was it's not
as bad as it looked.
Yeah, thank God. Because that looked
just a fractured tibia.
I looked at it, and it looked like just maybe the way he turned or the way he did, because no one really hit him at the point that it broke.
Yeah.
It was, man. That's tough for them on their defense. That's their guy.
So Tua's supposed to come back October 23rd. Can we start practicing?
Yes.
I'm worried. This is still something we need to talk about.
No, 10 minutes at least. That's all we got. But we're going to watch 10 minutes of Tua.
Yeah.
Without Tua, they don't have a team.
That's notable injuries that we've had this week. We still got a game tonight we're going to go into later on. But let's
go ahead and go into that now.
Yeah, let's
do it.
Jets Bills.
Bills win.
You think so?
I do not think so.
I don't think so either. I think they're real and they're struggling.
So
just to let you know, y'all said Seahawks would win over 49ers, and I was right.
But Aaron Rodgers being blamed for the firing of Saleh, and he better show up tonight. If not, then it's over for him.
I think the good news is that they got a new play caller. So
I think the Jets win, and I think that they do it by old style.
Yeah, they're going to go back to goes.
Got to run the ball. Got to run it.
Stop being cute. Let's give the ball to your best players. As Breece Hall says, Garrett Wilson. Stop being cute. Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah,
he was horrible in Buffalo. Then he went to the Jets last year. So you got to get the plan is when you're struggling, go back to basics. Run the ball. Play good defense. They got a good defense.
Motion.
Yeah. Use it. Use your strengths. And they got Mike Williams on the other side. You're going to see a little more explosive. Buffalo's reeling. James Cook's hurt. Khalil Shakir's hurt.
Right.
If they're going to get anything running, it's time.
To be the quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to start running the ball again just to keep him afloat until he can get something going. Josh Allen's got to start running the ball again consistently. I think if they want to get off the schneid that they're on right now.
Right. If you're hurting for running back help, Ty Johnson's still out there, but all the games have already been played for tonight. So if you were thinking that Cook was going to play and you have that spot and he doesn't play, then you got Ty Johnson, you got Ray Davis. You could potentially pick one of them up tonight.
Yeah, Ty Johnson may get the ball. Ray Davis may vulture a touchdown or two. But
I would go Ray Davis before I went Ty Johnson.
Yeah, we should, especially in a standard league. I think they lean on Dawson Kincaid a lot in this game. I think Buffalo will.
No.
All right, let's go through the games.
Let's do it.
All right.
49ers Seahawks. 49ers 36, Seahawks 24.
I remember saying that they would win.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. I still don't. Let's run the ball. Like, I know they ran. Kenneth Walker had a great game, but he also had 8 targets. And it's super. Like, I love getting him involved because he is a 3-down back.
Right.
But let's get consistency here. Let's show a little consistency. And I mean, that Seahawks team is too good. Like, look at the weapons. Look at what they got. Is it? And it's not a Geno Smith thing now.
No. This is a play calling thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it's even that. I just think this was like a short week, maybe bad. I think this is going to be a series split.
49ers side, we just talked about Mason. Garendo should be a pickup. I don't think CMC, if he does come back anytime soon, he's not going to take a full load. It's going to take him a little while.
No.
Debo looked good.
Hey, Debo looked good. Yeah.
Ayuk did not.
No.
John Jennings picked up a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're playing the ones that you've been playing this whole time, besides Jordan Mason.
At this point, you're not going to bench. Even if you got Ayuk,
I'm not benching him.
I'm not benching him at any point. They got backup running backs in here. So at a certain point,
bench him.
No,
bench Ayuk.
He's too good.
Bench Ayuk.
Okay, so let's talk about our guys, the Saints and the Buccaneers.
Oh man,
Buccaneers threw up half 100 plus one,
600 yards in that game. 51 points, 600 yards. You got to think Rashad White was hurt, and they were way better without him.
Yeah.
Bucky Irvin ran all over. This is supposed to be a great defense. Dennis Allen's supposed to be a defensive genius. 600 yards Bucky Irvin put on him. Sean Turner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just ran all over our Saints. I'm a Saints fan. I was watching the game.
It looked
I was coming back from the LSU game. I went Saturday. That made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, it was.
That was just.
If this is what we have to look forward to,
man.
Yeah, Chris Olave's out. I don't think the rattlesnake.
At least 2 weeks.
Are you playing anybody in Saints offense?
No.
Kamara, because you have to, and he's going to be BR King because they can't run the ball.
Nope. And evidently their defense can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
So I was right. Chris Godwin was the guy.
He was.
Yeah, I always thought that was happening.
I guess I'm paying somebody's entry fee.
Yep, sure are.
Yeah.
I played Chris Godwin or Evans.
Like I understand why you said like you draft Mike Evans, you got to play him. You think you're gonna get 10, but it's just so. Every time, like there's the whole main objective, I think, in Lattimore and the Saints defense is to shut him down. Like the Saints are probably celebrating. They shut him down. They're like, yay, we shut him down. They don't care that they put 51 up. They let them get 51 up.
That's right.
The Saints team is a joke. Mm-hmm. Jacksonville and New Orleans are dumpster fires. I don't know. Touch Evan Ingram, touch Alvin Kamara. Don't trust anything else.
I'm a big believer in knowing when you need to start dismantling and rebuilding, and the Saints are right there.
Blow it
right
up
now.
Jacksonville, blow it up. New Orleans, blow it up.
You've got all these teams that need people, players. You got all these teams that need stuff, and you are way over the cap.
Trade Lattimore, Get some picks. Trade Kamara.
Trade
Get some
him.
picks.
Trade him.
Time to clean up house. Time to get it underneath the salary cap. It's over. Get your rookie quarterback.
Fire your coach and dump Carr.
Yep. See if he's the future. That's all I got to say. That game was putrid. And
Terrible.
if you got a Tampa Bay Buccaneer going forward, congratulations.
Yep. Cardinals, Packers. Packers showed it. 34-13.
Man,
This offense is so explosive. It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what. I didn't watch this game, so maybe you guys can. What happened to James Conner?
I don't know.
They just
decided he fumbled.
So yeah, but it wasn't just that. It was they were down so fast.
So they decided to see what they had.
Run,
Okay.
yeah,
And the further the Packers got away from them, the more they had to throw the ball.
yeah. I mean, and it was so efficient by the Packers. So Jaden Reed had 6 targets. He led them in targets, but I mean, you had 4 for Romeo Dobbs, who caught 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson caught that 40-something yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes back and he's just an alpha. He's
These Packers are air raid type of offense.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's so much fun to
Josh
watch.
Jacobs is a down the middle running back because everybody else is just flying that ball.
He can run down the middle.
Yeah, he could do it.
So Packers wise, you moving forward. Man, it's so hard to pick with these receivers because he's got so many weapons. Jordan Love should never come out.
Yeah, you're
Josh
playing
Jacobs.
him. You see, I think
Jalen
Marshawn
Reed.
Lloyd's supposed to come back too next week
Who?
for the Packers.
Jalen Reed.
Who's supposed to come out? The running back.
The
Mitchell?
running back
Yeah.
was on IR.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So something to keep an eye on as a flex or a stash play.
Yeah, so they're tough to trust the receivers, but if you got them, you got to play them. This dude is something, man. This dude's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Earning that money.
Jaden Reed's still my favorite. Going into the season, Christian Watson was my
Jaden
favorite.
Reed's a guy.
Yeah.
So,
But I think
He didn't get the most yards,
no,
but he got the most targets.
he got the most targets. I trust Reed going forward.
Cardinals wise, I still don't take out James Conner. He's one of my favorite running backs.
No. You can't take him out. He's Mr. Consistency.
Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know how long he's going to be out in concussion protocol, but at least 2 games.
Yeah,
at least that's what seems to be the. I don't know who you go with.
Trey McBride. Trey McBride had a game. I think Trey McBride had 96 yards.
Yeah, Trey McBride,
I like Dortch, but he didn't really get looked at.
Connor, but then Wilson.
I don't touch him.
Yeah, I don't touch either one.
He's so inconsistent. Like he gets a lot of targets, but it's never anything real. It's no real production.
I got you.
So if you can't help it, stay away from both of them.
There you go.
Yeah, I play McBride.
This is an interesting one for me.
Right.
Texans, Patriots.
Man.
41-21. Texans win.
My boy, Joe Mixon.
He did great.
Thank you for coming back and saving my fantasy career.
Drake May's the story of this
Man,
game.
is he? So if you want, so let me just throw this out. Let me pull this up real quick. Player stats, okay? C.J. Stroud had 192 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, okay? And then you go over to the other side, and Drake May. Let me see player stats here.
I mean, it's just a good day. Keyshawn Boots.
He did awesome. Drake May had 243 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he threw 2 interceptions. And then this is his first real action.
Yeah.
And the Texans aren't no slouch defense. Like it's look, there was some bad decisions. Like I'm not going to sit here and say he's the next coming. There was some bad decisions.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't lost out there. It wasn't like the game was too fast for him. Like I saw Spencer Rattler play, and when they started bringing green dogs and zone blitzes, his eyes were this big. Like he was lost.
Right.
And that's all Tampa had to do. Drake May.
I mean, he looked good.
He passed the test at least for first game
He
out.
looked great.
And he
May not won, but he tried hard.
yeah.
And he ran the ball, which is
Stephon Diggs seems to be going forward. We saw Tank Dell get more targets, but they're just looking for Diggs in the end zone.
That's it.
and Mixon's the guy, like always.
Yeah, like always.
Everything runs
Yep.
through Mixon.
Excuse me. Yeah. So I go forward with Tank Dell until Nico comes back because he got targets.
Yeah.
But I think Diggs is going to be that alpha out there right now.
So, Demario Davis, what do you think? I mean, Douglas.
He had the most targets.
Yeah, I don't necessarily touch any receiver.
I don't like
flex dart throw.
I don't, dart. If maybe in a deeper league, 14, 16, or a 3 flex league, maybe. I don't know. I don't like the Patriots. Was it Ramondre Stevenson went out and they didn't lose a beat with Gibson.
No, Gibson's serviceable, man.
Yeah, they didn't lose a beat with Gibson.
I'm waiting for May to start throwing the ball to him more.
Bye weeks is the only way. Bye weeks and I'm desperate is the only reason I'm playing a Patriot.
Yeah, I'm not playing any of them.
Maybe Drake May gets a feel with Davis or Keyshawn Butte, and then we got something. But
in the camp, they were talking up Jalen Polk the whole time, watching
nothing. Nothing.
We talked about this at lunch. We said
I was hoping he's nothing.
I saw Jalen Polk as a college. I know he's a good receiver, but I thought some of the people in that squad were better than him coming out of college. So
speaking about picking up no one. Chargers Broncos.
J.K.
Dobbins is a legit RB1.
Yeah,
going forward. The Gus Bus is
done.
He's done. He's on the IR.
Yeah, he's done. Broncos wise, there's not anybody I'm interested in over there.
You may want to go now for the Chargers because of the Gus Bus. Vidal had a long run, so you may want to scoop up Vidal's score as a stash or a handcuff.
I like it.
And then we have the Broncos. I'm not a fan of anything they're doing right there. I mean, if you want, maybe they're still looking. We talked about this. They look at Cortland Sutton in the end zone, but there's no value there. There's no value there.
There's no value.
They're playing a short week.
Lad McConkey's hurt.
Yeah, he got a concussion too.
Yeah, he went out.
There's nothing there.
And Patrick Surtain went out with a concussion.
Jeez, man.
So short week, Saints versus Broncos. If you're busy doing something like washing your car at 7, 8 o'clock at night,
keep watching
I don't blame you.
Keep watching it.
You got to watch it. You got to watch this.
I'm gonna watch
everybody reacts to Sean Payton being in the dome.
I love the Saints. That's his storyline. Sean Payton back to the dome.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, and it was quite fitting. Sean Payton nominated Dennis Allen as coach to get hired. After he beats him Thursday, he may have Dennis Allen fired.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Right. Panthers, Falcons. Falcons are showing up and showing out like always.
Yeah,
they've been doing. Man, this Kirk Cousins is doing great.
But everybody was worried about Bijan. Finally, we're getting some production out of it.
Yeah, I never worried about Bijan.
Even Algier, like that combo we have in Detroit. Like we may start wanting to play these. If we got that stack, it might not hurt playing both these. They both had good points.
Yeah, they did.
That's a nice stack, man. That Algier Bijan Robinson stack.
Yeah, and as far as receivers, London's great. Mooney was doing good.
Yeah.
So Kirk Cousins is sharing the ball around. You can safely play any of those four.
Carolina, Dewey Dalton, the Red Rifle was having a decent guy. Look, he had a better
for
week.
What he had to work with.
Yeah, he had a better week than a lot of quarterbacks. He had a better week than Trevor Lawrence. He had a better week than Spencer Rattler. He had a better week than.
Right.
We could go on and on and on.
Right.
If you're desperate later on coming and you need a quarterback to pick up on the waiver wire or something, he's not a bad look. I don't think Bryce Young's seeing the field again this year.
What do you
the Rocket?
Yeah.
What do you think about Chuba? What do you think about Chuba going forward?
I mean, he's still good.
I mean, I love him, but
it's going to be a flex.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a flex background.
Jonathan Brooks is set to come back anytime.
He was so good at Tennessee,
man.
And I
don't know if he's going to carry a full load right away.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a split. Yeah.
But if it's a split, then I don't think Chuba's going to be in my flex.
I'm not playing him. I'm not playing him yet. I'm going to have to see how that goes.
Receiver wise, I stay away from him. I mean,
this is the problem. Is that even Deontay Johnson is he's so high up on targets, but his efficiency is so bad.
Right.
Because the team is so bad.
Right. Yeah,
like he's going to get the ball thrown to him. It's like Garrett Wilson last year. Like he's going to get the ball thrown to him, and there's going to be weeks where you're going to get 12 to 15 points.
And it's going to be up to him to go get that ball.
Yeah. And then some weeks it's just going to it's so boom or bust because the efficiency is so bad. I always trust him to be a top 30 wide receiver, but there's better options out there always.
Giants. Bengals barely pulled that one out. I don't know what in the world happened.
I didn't see that.
And this offense was cooking.
I don't know what it was. The Giants' defense just looked revitalized. They were ready to play.
Great. This is the Giants are leading the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Of course, Kayvon Thibodeau went on IR, which hurts him.
Boy, is that bad?
Yeah. You couldn't afford to lose him.
This is
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, none of them got a touchdown.
No.
You know, you had Burrow run one in.
That job's taken. Zach Moss, you'll never see that job again.
You'll never see it.
Yeah, you'll never see that job
As much
again.
as I like him, he's done.
Yeah. But whenever Chase Brown fumbled the ball, I was like, I can't wait for Zach Moss to come back. Then he busted through the middle, and I was like, Zach Moss will never come back.
Yeah. So
it was like that fast.
So do you think,
bam, bam?
Do you think Tyrone Tracy could steal the job in with the Giants? Because that dude was running wild.
Hey, like, you love effort, and that dude's playing with some effort.
Yeah, he knows that job's up for grabs.
That's you.
So the Giants, of course. Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, I still play him. I still play him.
As a matter of fact, I think he does better when
even if you don't play him, you got to keep him on your bench just in case you need somebody.
The better the defense, the more points he gets. Yeah. I don't understand.
I think Malik may open up the field more for him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably why we had a little dip in.
Those are the only two for the Giants that I even think. Well, of course, if Neighbors comes back, he's not leaving my lineup.
I'm putting him in.
Wan'Dale's taking his spot right now.
Yeah. I mean, wow. It's just
Bengals wise, pick and play. Pick one and play one.
Yeah, they struggled this week. It's not going to be every week. They got the W, and that's what that matters to them. But going forward, you're going to play them all. You're not going to sit Jamar Chase. You're not going to sit T. Higgins. You're definitely not. You got to play Brown now. Look at what he did. He saved them.
Right.
You know.
Next game, London game, Jags Bears. Bears show up, man. Look, I'm not a big believer in rookie quarterbacks. I wasn't a big believer in Caleb Williams, but I watched this game,
and it was wow.
And this dude looks so comfortable. That coaching staff is playing to his strengths, and it's amazing. You
know what? And I don't know who to trust off the wide receiver.
It's difficult.
I would. I mean,
but the great thing, and it's not necessarily fantasy football great, but the great thing is he's finding the open receiver, no matter who it is.
Keenan Allen McCormick had 2. DJ Moore is. You're going to start DJ Moore. You know that.
I'm starting him no matter what.
No matter what. Roma Dunze, I don't know. You know why the Bears are playing so good right now is because DeAndre Swift learned how to run the ball again.
Wow.
And it wasn't. And I don't know if you watched that game.
Wow.
But. He was breaking tackles.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked good. He was breaking tackles. And then I thought Roschon Johnson was going to start vulturing some stuff and everything. There was passes to Roschon Johnson out in the flat, and I was like, Roschon, he should be able to break that against a linebacker or a corner. He didn't break them. Right. This was a big back. He did not break those tackles.
Also, it was against a defense that pretty much mailed it in. They could have literally went and given free tickets to 40 people in the airport, and they could have done what the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You've got to blow this thing up. I love Brian Thomas Jr., but Trevor Lawrence to me is not the answer.
He is definitely not the answer.
God, he leans on Evan Ingram. I think Evan Ingram had 10 targets. Dude, what?
Tank
Bigsby was supposed to go off because ETN left. He fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball, and they took. Hey, you took your best running back out.
Yeah, your second best player right now.
Yeah, you put your second best player out. You take and you're throwing the ball to Evan Ingram. Your best player is Brian Thomas Jr. Get your player. Find
what is going on.
Brian Thomas Jr. dropped so many balls.
Yeah.
What is going on with these highly paid, top 5 highly paid quarterbacks?
I don't know.
Why would you pay Trevor Lawrence that kind of money anyway? I don't know. He hasn't proved anything. He hasn't even. I mean, I don't
know. Are they? At a certain point, are you scared you're going to lose something? If it ain't Patrick Mahomes, if it's not Patrick Mahomes, like Jaden Daniels is a steal right now on a rookie contract.
3 years.
But guess what? If Washington don't win one and during his rookie contract and they re-up him, which they're going to have to do unless an injury comes, that's it. You're a huge percentage of your salary cap's going to that. Yep. And then after that, you have to draft perfectly to make runs.
But Washington had a method to do this.
Yeah.
They've lost a couple of years to get the guy they wanted.
Yeah.
Built up the offensive line, worked on their defense, got their running back that they wanted.
We talk about that, like I'm just saying this, like, I know this is off topic a little bit, but last year you had Chase Young on one side and you had Montez Sweat on one side, and I was like, that's good. Like, going forward, you got that strength,
right?
And they trade them both for third-round picks, and I said, but look what they built.
Shit, they built it. They built it.
You can't say, hey.
I can't say they did anything that I wouldn't do.
It works,
as a fan.
Yep.
So Ravens wise, I thought Justice Hill was going to show up. There was nothing there.
Wow.
But the Zay train did come. He just didn't get a touchdown.
This dude, we could not bring him down. End arounds, catching. He was turning left. He was juking and jiving.
He was tired of. He's finally saw the stats is that what he was going to look like at the end of the season.
I was having like 100 something. I almost had 200 yards in the first half or something like that.
Yeah, just insane. Insane
balling out.
So Commanders wise, you got to play Scary Terry. That dude, he's reborn.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels will never come out.
Ertz is catching the ball. Ertz looks like he did 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, with all the injuries and the tight end position being up in the air every week. Ertz is kind of a run-of-the-mill guy, but he's putting up points every week. It may not be great points, but it's points.
Brian Robinson Jr. He went out, but Eckler came in and handled it. Like, you're gonna play him, right? Like, if they're healthy, you're gonna play him.
Whoever they're putting out there as the starter, that's the guy you're playing.
Even on a flyer in deeper leagues, our best ball, like Dynamic Brown, like at any point you're a bomb away from 14, 15 points.
Yeah, he's probably a yard away, maybe.
So, Ravens wise, of course you're gonna play. You're gonna play Lamar. You're gonna play Derrick Henry. You're gonna play the regulars that you always play.
Do you trade?
There's nobody really.
Zay Flowers got some this week.
Yeah. Do you trade Mark Andrews? He finally showed up.
Oh, you better trade him while there's value.
Do you think you've traded him right now? Because the stock is hot. Like, I'm like, man.
Right now.
Somebody's going to want him for him doing so well, and you got to get what you can out of him.
Yeah, because he was non-existent.
I would put Tucker Kraft. I would get Tucker Kraft if I can get him.
Yep.
And then I would swap it Mark Andrews out.
Especially Luke Musgraves, I think, is still hurt for Green Bay, too. So Tucker Kraft's neat.
They're talking about him being out for the season.
Yep. That's if you went and picked up Tucker Kraft, congratulations. You got something special going on right there.
You want to trade?
Nah, I like him.
Next game, Colts Titans.
This should have been
This was kind of a stinker, man.
That should have been a get right game.
Downs did well. Pollard did good.
Yeah, that's called a miracle of a touchdown.
Yep.
So, Will Levis.
Oh man,
how are any of these players supposed to do anything with your quarterback throwing 95 yards? Not in a quarter, not in a half.
The whole game.
Mm-hmm. Tajay Spears went out with the hamstring, so that just gives you more value to Pollard. It looks like they were going to try to get him more involved this game, and then he went out. And then it was Pollard. And this was supposed to be the game where, like, DeAndre Hopkins eats. And he's just supposed to sit in zone coverage and just catch everything underneath, and it wasn't there. I know it wasn't. Nothing was there.
Calvin really managed to catch 0 balls on 8 targets.
Yeah,
wow.
That's
unheard of.
What?
So those balls were thrown nowhere near him.
If you went out there, that was your job, and somebody threw you the ball 8 times, and you didn't even have an opportunity,
and you get paid millions of dollars.
What's your motivation?
There is no motivation because in the 95 yards that Will Levis threw in the game, he still managed to throw 1 interception in there. So, I mean, he did get a touchdown, but geez.
I was flipping through that game because I was watching Red Zone when I was coming back from the LSU game, so I was able to go through certain and watch. And when the Titans were on the field, it was just horrendous. It was at a certain point,
they have a good defense, and they're like, you know what? We're out here 90% of the time. We're getting kind of wore out.
Yeah. We were just talking about this. Like, Jacksonville, that was a Mac Jones sighting.
Yeah.
They told T-Law to go sit down.
Yep.
I know it was the end of the game, and they were like, we're doing it not to get hurt, but it was a Mac Jones sighting. My gosh.
Yep.
I thought we'd find Waldo before we saw him.
Eagles. So, who do you play from the Titans other than Pollard?
Is it?
Nobody. I
It's a Saints Kamara situation.
Colts, it depends on who's quarterback.
If Richardson comes back next week, you got to put everything on pause.
Yeah. You got to put everything on. Until Jonathan Taylor's back and healthy.
Then.
Right now it's Jonathan Taylor, and it's going to be Josh Downs.
Maybe, yeah. He looked at him earlier.
I'm talking about as long as Flacco's in.
Yeah, I can't even play. Like, I drafted Pittman, so.
All right, so Browns, Eagles.
Man, Deshaun Watson. Oh.
Deshaun Watson is the worst quarterback signing in NFL history.
It's
Saquon didn't do nothing.
Saquon didn't do anything. Nice to see those wide receivers come back, though.
Man, A.J. Brown went off.
I think they just need a little time to gel again. And they haven't had all of them there together in 3 weeks or so. Right?
Yeah, that was, and then I mean, they all ate. Goddard went out hurt, but I mean, you didn't need him. You threw the ball all over the yard.
Right, yeah.
So Devontae Smith had that huge bomb. And that's what you're supposed to get from him.
I don't even know necessarily what you. I mean,
and this is
Deshaun Watson's not throwing the ball to anybody. He's 168 yards, no touchdowns.
Nick Chubb's supposed to come back next week.
I can't wait. I want to see some Chubb.
Yeah. I don't.
Jerome Ford's done.
Yeah, he's done. Jerome Ford, he's already done.
There's nobody to throw the ball. There's nobody to throw the ball to. Chubb is going to probably be the only thing on the field worth picking up.
I don't understand, though. You see it on the field. Like, Amari Cooper was leading the league in drops. But Amari Cooper is still, just too big and too strong for you not to be able to get him the ball. And it's on the other side, too, is Jerry Jeudy. It's not like you got scrubs out there.
Now, Jerry Jeudy, he's a serviceable receiver anywhere else. You
don't have scrubs out there.
Yeah, but
David Njoku is not a scrub.
The Browns just need to scratch it, take the loss, start over. Just let Deshaun Watson go. I mean, if they
can't let him go. So what they're gonna have to do?
I mean, they're gonna sit him. They don't matter.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to lose every game to make sure they get one of them top two quarterbacks, and then they're gonna have to eat his contract for the 3 years that they've got this rookie quarterback on.
Money,
they're gonna have to eat it and offset it with that rookie quarterback.
And last week it came out that there was another lawsuit, but later on it came out it was already settled. Just what? Just cut your losses.
We have known this dude's got character problems, but you guys let Baker Mayfield go for this dude.
Yeah, but the Baker Mayfield situation, I think that's where he's at. Like that. I don't think he'd be good everywhere. I think he's good where he's at.
No, that's the system they built around him. Yeah,
they play to his strengths. That's the problem with the Browns. The Browns don't know how to play the strengths. Yeah. They never have.
The Browns at one time they were building something.
Oh man, they had Baker Mayfield. They had OBJ. They had
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. And they had Chubb.
Yep. And then you had and then they had what's the name at Kansas City now? Who came from Kansas City?
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, they had Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. I mean, like, you should be able to run. You should be able to win
all the games.
Yeah, you got a defensive line. Now their offensive line now is terrible. That's a weakness.
So Browns wise, I don't play any of them.
I can't trust a Brown. Maybe Nick Chubb. If you drafted
him a week or two.
Yeah, and the Eagles, you play everybody.
Yeah, if the Eagles, you play everybody.
You just have to be willing to take a zero on one of them.
Yeah.
Steelers, Raiders. Steelers win.
Putrid game.
Man, Raiders
blow it up.
Man.
Go get a quarterback.
Yeah, they definitely need one.
You had a chance to draft a few of them, and you didn't.
There's a lot of drama on that team.
It's so
bad.
What? And you're in Vegas, and you just built the Death Star, and you think
we just saw Max Crosby push the defensive coach.
Yeah,
and I can't say he's wrong.
No,
just there's probably a better way to do it. But
he's such a good
for
player.
A guy who just spends all his life fighting other men. Mm-hmm. You getting pushed ain't jack.
Yeah. Max Crosby is so good, and he's just been on that.
He's so frustrated.
God, if I was him, get me out of here.
Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And now they're a package deal. Anybody want them?
Yeah.
Let them go. I'm afraid they'll go to a terrible team.
Let's go to the Saints.
They made Najee Harris. I mean, Najee Harris looked like he was back at Alabama.
Yeah,
Wow.
I told y'all Najee Harris was the play
I was
this
like,
week.
wow. I ain't seen this
And
guy.
I don't even like Najee Harris. I don't think he's that good. But
I ain't seen this guy in years.
Sometimes situation dictates.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Raiders defense aren't a bunch of scrubs.
No.
So Steeler wise, I don't even play Fields no more. He showed me that he can't get it done against a decent defense. I would play him against a terrible defense maybe. Najee going forward would be someone that I would probably put
As a low end flex.
low end.
You know.
That's about it. Freiermuth in spots.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, for the Raiders, Brock Bowers is absolute play.
Pickens. I always
Alexander
like.
Madison. He's doing good. That's like 3 weeks in a row he's done well.
Yeah.
Man, if I ever put Madison in, I got problems.
Yeah.
Got problems.
It's just. Have you seen the memes of George Pickens? Like I always
Are you
like
talking
George.
about the thing what he wrote on his face?
No, about him missing blocks and jumping up in the It's just so embarrassing.
Yeah, he whiffs on
He
on
whips
some blocks.
on some blocks. He is.
How can you miss
God,
a whole nother human being
how are you that big? Oh gosh!
when your job is to block that guy and you
Man.
completely miss him?
And I liked him
Millions of
coming out of
dollars.
Georgia.
There's people out there sweating their lives away. And these guys, millions to go. Stop.
Speaking of millions of dollars, next game, Lions Cowboys.
Wow.
Man. There's people all over the internet quitting the Cowboys. They don't want to be fans anymore.
Jerry
so-
Jones is a meme.
So yesterday was Jerry Jones's birthday.
Yep.
And then they played in his stadium and they lost.
Not just lost.
bad.
Annihilated.
I mean, what was that trick play where and they threw it to a lineman to get it? Man, they were just messing with them. They were just messing with them.
What you get up so far, you're like, hey, you know that stuff we were just messing around with the other day? Let's do that.
Yep.
Hey, if I was a player and I'm like, people are taking contracts and stuff, it's so much fun, I think, to play for Andy Reid and Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
They've got to be two of the funnest coaches to play for. Like, look at what you got going on in New Orleans with Denise the Peace Allen, and then what you got going on with Antonio Pierce. Like, Antonio Pierce, his name is in the news not because of football, but because of maybe fraud with his wife and
that's
stuff.
insane.
Like, and then look at Andy Reid. Look how much fun players are running in circles, having a ball. He's letting them grow up players.
Dan Campbell, those players will run through a brick wall
Run
for
through
him.
a wall for
And
him, man.
they're on all the commercials.
Yeah, having all the fun.
Andy Reid's eating food and stealing it off Pat Mahomes' plate.
Yeah,
You know.
and they're having all the fun.
And the Cowboys over there looking like whoop puppies, man.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I'm not going to practice because I want more money.
And the problem, and the let's be honest, we know what the problem is. The problem is you always had a great offensive line. Age caught up with you.
Yep.
Now you got two rookies, and you can't run the ball.
Cannot run. And if you could, you don't have anybody to run it. So
No.
you got two things against you.
You can't run the ball. Look on the other side. You want a recipe for success? Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery. Okay,
Can
look over
walk
here.
through. Can walk through it.
Walk through it. Look at over here on this side. Rico Dow is just trying to find space.
Ezekiel Elliott, the Patriots didn't even want him.
No.
So that tells you everything you need to know there.
Like in the
Zeke got lucky to come back to Dallas. That's all he got.
We were hoping that he would show up because he's where he wanted to be. He's done. He can't do it.
It's done.
He's
Yep.
done.
Yeah.
Zeke, for as great as he was years before, he's way past that now. He's not that guy anymore.
and he was and Zeke at Ohio State just had miles on him then.
Yeah, because run.
Yeah, and it's
But
I remember when he was having a blast for the Cowboys with his half
Thanksgiving,
shirts.
jumping in the ball and
Yeah.
having all the fun.
Now it's like, where did that guy go?
yeah, we're Dak and CD can't. They're fighting.
There's something wrong with them dudes.
press conference. Just
somebody didn't flush the toilet at somebody's house or something.
yep.
So Jared Goff had 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. The highest paid quarterback in the NFL had 178 yards and 2 interceptions. Zero touchdown.
If you're getting hit all game, though.
Oh, they're in his face.
Yeah, if you're getting hit all game, and poor Aiden Hutchinson, man, come back, bro.
Yeah, but Jared Goff seems to just have the consistency year round, over and over and over. I don't know how he does it.
Man,
He's
just not like, they don't look at him as like a good quarterback.
And he's definitely not a system quarterback.
Right.
He adapts to the offense.
Look at the draft the Lions have had.
It's great.
It took them years, but they built this the right way from the ground up. And they said, you know what? We'll give you Stafford. We'll give you the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But we're going to take some stock back. Mm-hmm. And Detroit built it right. It took them 20-something years, but they built it right. Because even when they had Megatron and Stafford there, it's still, the defense was atrocious. Like this is the way you build an offense, but from the inside out.
It was a fun game to watch. I mean, even though the Cowboys, I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan. It just, most of the time watching a game, what's fun is watching them go back and forth, and fighting. You're like, oh man. But this one,
there was no fight.
There was no fighting. It was still fun to watch.
There was so much of a non-fight that Detroit, who is not a bully team, looked like a bully team. Yep. They were like, come on, fight. Come on, do something, fight.
They put in like their second and third string guys, and they were still whooping them.
They're starting running back for the Cowboys, Rico Dowdle, 5 carries, 25 yards. David Montgomery, 12 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow. And if you saw
the numbers,
he could walk in for that touchdown.
Yeah,
first touchdown.
Yeah, that second one. I mean, he jumped into, but there wasn't nobody really there to stop him.
No, they're arm tackling. They're not trying to get hit by that dude.
It was just on national stage. It was the embarrassment of the Cowboys, and if you're not a Cowboys fan, you love that. Because we get so tired of America's team, respect the star. We have to hear that everywhere we go. If you're not, hey, the Saints team, I hate the Saints team. I love my Saints to death. Guess what? They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So we got that.
Hold on. They beat the Cowboys almost as bad as the Lions.
Yeah, almost as bad as the Lions.
So CD missed the ball, and he looks up at the sun. He's like, letting everybody at home know it's the sun. And then Dak throws interception. What's he do? It's the sun.
Yeah.
So of all people, my wife, who does not watch football, says, well, it's the sun. They have a retractable roof.
They can close it.
Yeah, they can close it.
And she says, why don't they close it? And I said, because these people are so cocky that they say they leave it open so God can watch his team play.
Ain't they crazy?
They just watch him throw an interception.
Yeah.
Lose. They won't watch him play. They watch him lose.
Close the dang roof. Close the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry Jones, you said you couldn't afford.
And then the Cowboys would have had 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, a little more. You said you couldn't afford King Henry. Maybe you paid the wrong guy.
Yeah, he did definitely pay the wrong guy. But then again, I don't know if he does what he's doing right now there, because their offensive line can't open up a hole for nobody.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. That's what it is. That's honest to God what the problem is. Is the offensive line.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's any more games. So
nope. What we have here is we get just a couple waiver picks up that we talked about and hit up. Caleb Williams, if you could go get him.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah,
I don't see him in our leagues.
No, he's available in 55% of leagues right now.
Yeah, better go get that boy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're desperate and you got T-Law, if you drafted T-Law and you can't go find somebody else, go take a flyer on Drake May.
But it is a flyer.
Yeah.
I'm taking a flyer on Garendo for the next game.
Yep, Tyron Tracy.
Oh, for the 49ers?
For the 49ers.
Yeah.
Garendo. And
he's right. What's jumped up? This is only Monday, but Garendo's less than 1% in most leagues.
Yeah. You need to go out and get him immediately.
Yep.
If you need a one game play because of bye weeks or for whatever, that's the guy.
It's all right. 13% of leagues, Tyron Tracy's available. I think he showed them effort and consistency. I know Daryl Singletary's supposed to come back, but I think he's going to take some of this backfield.
Singletary's going to be relegated to third down back.
Yeah. Tracy's getting over 18 points a game, fantasy points, and that dude is available in 13% of league. 13. Hey, you got to go get that guy.
Mario Douglas.
He's a PPR. I mean, he's a target machine.
Yeah, target machine.
And if you're forced to have to play May, you might as well go get him and put him in. Try to get the double points.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram.
No.
He got 10 targets and 102 yards.
Evan Ingram's a no for me.
Some popular names pick it up because of that Saints game is Sean Tucker. I don't go pick him up.
No.
I still think Rashad White. I just think Bucky Irvin's got the job now.
Yeah.
That Saints, like if you watched any of that Saints game, we were making fun of the Cowboys. I'm a huge Saints fan. Tampa Bay put up 51 on my Saints, and Saints gave up on Dennis Allen. They gave up on their coach. They stopped tackling.
Hey, man, get somebody off Tampa Bay.
Yeah, just couple keepers I would
Cade Otton's getting touchdowns every week.
He is scoring a little bit. If Nick Chubb doesn't come back or you don't think it's Cherry, Jerome Ford's out, so if you need somebody, I'd go get Foreman.
Pierre Strong.
That's
about it.
Gus, but if you
Gus is out.
Yep. If you had he's gone.
He's done.
If you had the J.K. Dobbins, Gus, Bus, handcuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go get Kamani Baldwin had the big run.
Yeah.
You got to go get him.
Talk about that guy.
Yeah. And I guess Travis Etienne. I don't know what to tell you to do with him.
I would just scratch him off.
He's got a hamstring injury, and you got Bigsby, and they didn't play Bigsby because of the fumble. But whoever, like Jacksonville doesn't have anything else, right?
Right.
So if you got to play their running back. So keep an eye on that situation. Like it's fluid. I know I'm supposed to give advice. I say keep Tank Bigsby in playing.
So I feel like what I just said before, but Tank Bigsby is going to be the first, second down back. And Etienne is going to be relegated to third down back because he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
That's what he's been doing.
That's it.
And if you're in a PPR league, Etienne should still be played in a flex. He can't be in your top 1 or 2. He's not that anymore. But he's a flex guy.
Don't you feel bad? He was a second-round pick. Second to third-round pick.
I was hoping this dude was going to be something, man. When I first watched him play in the NFL, I said, this dude's going to be the next Matt Forte. He's going to be the next coming of Matt Forte.
He plays a lot like Bijan.
I don't actually...
Not as well, but a lot like him.
I don't even think he's that... I don't even think it's him. I think it's them.
It is them.
You think he's on the wrong team?
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. You take him and you put him on Kansas City, man, that's something.
Use him, yeah.
There you go.
Nah, they got Kareem Hunt now, and they got Pacheco coming back.
Yeah, I'm saying if they didn't have them,
their run game came up.
You got to go. So, like, even though Anthony Richards coming back,
Josh Downs.
Gotta get Josh Downs, right? Right.
Yeah.
Look, it was Alec Pierce. They took another shot to Alec Pierce down the field, and they didn't get it. He's not. The intermediate pass is not going to be there. Yeah. Anthony Richards comes back. He's going to be throwing down the downfield, and that's Josh Downs.
The straight go routes, and that's it.
Go get him. I'd go get anything. I'll go get any slice of Green Bay. I don't care if it's Dobbs. I don't care if it's Watson.
Their defense or whatever.
Reed. I go get Dontavian Wicks. I don't care who it is. Tucker Kraft. Marshawn Lloyd's coming back. I go get that hand and cuff. If you play for Green,
you're buying some landscape there, buddy.
Yeah. This offense is just all they do is score.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Every game that Love's played in, man,
the only drawback is Love is throwing it to whoever's open.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So
be
ready for that.
And once again, we'll highlight coming back off the bye weeks. If you're really looking for somebody, I say go get Juju again.
Yeah,
he might be out there.
I hate to tell you, you're right.
Yeah, Juju.
He looks like the guy.
Yeah, and of course,
and November 5th is trade deadline. So let's see what.
Yeah,
there hasn't been any real motion.
And the way I feel about Green Bay, the way we talk, is the way I feel about the Redskins. The Commanders. I'm still going to do that until the day I die. You want to go pick up whatever slice of that you can go get. Zach Ertz is available. He's only a part of 27. He's 27% teams. Is only yet. He's out there. Go get him. And you want a part of that offense.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel the same way about the Bears offense right now.
Wow.
I just don't. Because hey, listen, I'll tell you what. Yeah, they're tight ends. I go. Yeah, why not?
Might as well.
I mean,
look at all the teams who are not producing.
Somebody's scoring and doing better. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So the Bears is 2 in a row so far. Yep. 2 good weeks.
I'm excited to see what Caleb Williams does in the next game.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they play next game. I don't remember.
I haven't looked further that long yet. I'm just.
So
we still got a game tonight, and then we got.
I know they might have a buy on it.
Yeah, we're gonna. This is just our early Monday morning Columbus Day special. A little bonus activity for y'all. We're gonna come back, talk about more waiver wire pickups, go deep diving into target shares, and
next week the Bears
highlights.
The Commanders.
Oh, what a game!
Man, that's going to be a good game.
What a game!
So,
that's going to be a good game.
That is awesome. Okay. You're going to play everybody in that game, right? Everybody's starting somebody in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to go pick up somebody.
Yeah, that's fine. So
no, they're on bye. Yeah. This says 10/27.
10/27. Yeah, that's actually.
So it's bye week.
So they're bye week.
Yeah. And then they come back.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they play the Commanders.
We're going to go deep diving into that, and we'll discuss that, because you're going to have to go pick up some people, especially if teams like Chicago are on bye. So.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is the end of our Columbus Day special.
All right. Well, this concludes our episode. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
And I'm the Shadow Light.
And we're out.
Ay, give me the chip. I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream. Next to the team.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring, finna be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Times was hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah. They know it's true.